A lie can run around the world before the truth can get its boots on. After the last tree is felled, Christ will come back. Early American speeches, from Washington's to Patrick Henry's, have been de-theologized in history textbooks. No one has called it censorship. He seemed to have a fascination with his stuff. We don't know, really, what he was up to. There were some pretty strange writings. I was driven from my position as Interior Secretary, not because of my environmental record, but because of my Christian beliefs. That's the real struggle. In the 1980s, it was a liberal philosophy of government that changed the rules to suit its own political ends. We were forfeiting our freedoms to conform to a humanistic philosophy that was patently anti-religious. It encompasses practically every form and every style and every technique starting from the 13th century all the way down to the 18th. It should be a continuing embarrassment. And someday there'll be enough compassion that will care as much about an American Indian as we do a prairie rat. Liberals have shifted government into a position of being neutral between right and wrong. By concentrating power in government institutions, liberals chisel at the three pillars of society: the family unit, work ethic and faith. That's not good for America. My responsibility is to follow the scriptures which call upon us to occupy the land until Jesus returns. One of the chief considerations of the decorative arts galleries was that they should be suitable for the display of textiles, and for this initial exhibition we have chosen mainly textiles from the 15th through the 17th centuries. They kill good trees to put out bad newspapers. We don't have to protect the environment, the second coming is at hand. We were looking at the space when we were designing the whole suite of galleries, and we noticed that the ceiling was so tremendously high that we could easily make 2 floors of it. Even when we're not having an epidemic, pertussis is always there. It's always circulating, which means that people are always at risk for pertussis, and particularly, we're concerned about young infants, who have the most severe disease. Young infants can have very severe disease from pertussis, as this case tragically illustrates, and they can even die. They destroy good trees to put out bad newspapers. When once the idea of the separate condensation was started, all these improvements followed as corollaries in quick succession, so that in the course of 1 or 2 days the invention was thus far complete in my mind. And I immediately set about an experiment to verify it practically. I proposed to remedy this defect by employing wax, tallow, or another grease, to lubricate and keep the piston tight. It next occurred to me. It is not worth my while to manufacture in 3 countries only, but I can find it very worthwhile to make it for the whole world.